Hello my friends, my name is Hamid Rouhani and I would like to show you how to use a passport.js application to use a localhost HTTPS environment to log in to Facebook. And in this video I'm going to show you how this application is working. If you go to login and continue, and it will show you your picture and also your name. Before everything, you have to make sure that you have installed node.js and also the npm package manager to be able to continue with this project. I'm gonna stop this application that I have. I will make a new one from scratch that you will see how it's done. I'm gonna go to terminal. So first I'm gonna go to my desktop, cd desktop. When I open terminal, make sure I'm on desktop. If you write pwd, it will show you that you're on desktop. Now I'm gonna install the npm or the express generator sudo. This will help me to set up a project from scratch, not writing everything. Install -g globally install express generator. So go ahead and put your password and for your user. This will install express generator. Since I'm now on desktop, I'm gonna clear the screen. I'm gonna write something called express, the name of the folder you want to create here. Let's name that Facebook-example and press enter. So it created a basic application that I can use. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to that directory, cd, as it's saying here, change the directory. I'm gonna go to Facebook example and npm install. After that I'm gonna run npm install. It will install all the dependency files, and then if I want to run this application, I can copy this command or just write npm start to check this application. Now I'm gonna go to localhost 3000, which is not working right now, and we need to remove the HTTPS part. Now we are ready to use our express application, and I'm gonna go to my VS Code and open that folder. Click File, Open. Go to my desktop, Facebook application, example, and I'm gonna open that project. So I'm gonna stop this terminal. You can use Ctrl+C to stop it. And now the next step is we are gonna set up a localhost HTTPS environment. Now I'm going to make an SSL certificate for my localhost HTTPS environment, because Facebook is no longer supporting non-secure connections. So for that reason I need to make an HTTPS certificate for my localhost, so Express can use that. I'm gonna make a new folder here in my root, so it's called etc, and I'm going to my terminal. Let me be on that project. So you can see I created the etc folder. I'm gonna go to cd etc and ls. There is no file here if you list the files. So in here I'm gonna make a new default file, open SSL, and it's gonna ask me for a key phrase. It shouldn't be lower than 4 characters, so I'm writing 1 2 3 4 and verify that. And then I'm gonna now make a PEM file, use the default.key file. I'm gonna use the phrase. Now it's asking me for a few questions. I'm gonna add US for the country, state California, and city name, organization name, let's say localhost, or unit localhost, whatever you want to put, email address, and that's it. It's gonna create you a file. I'm gonna make a new 2 new files. So in here, in my etc folder, I need to create two files. I can do it from terminal as well, so I'm gonna write touch my server.csr.cnf and space v3.ext. So I'm gonna make two files, empty files, that I will copy and paste some code. So I have my two files, v3 and my server. So on your server.cnv file, we're gonna make a request. Make sure it's the same, and save that configuration file. And on ext, v3.ext, you should write and save that. And now we are ready to run a few more commands to finish it. So I'm going back to my terminal and clear everything to see everything. So I'm gonna run open SSL and press enter. So it's created the key that we will be using in our Express application. And finally, we're gonna run the last command. And run that. Oops. So let's check up our command. Okay, this is CSR, sorry. And press enter. Oh, again. So let's write it again. CSR. Let's make sure that our v3.ext file is correct. So in here we see that the subject alt name has to be written in small letter. So we are going to change that, and let's see if our code is working again. So now it's asking me for the key, and that's it. I'm ready. So now I need to load the default.pem file in the access key certificates keychain access, and I need to first go to my quick search and write keychain access, and then click on certificates here and add desktop. I'm gonna go to etc folder and click the default.pem. Click open here and double click this file, this certificate, and on trust select always trust and close it. It's gonna ask you for credential, put your password, and you're ready. Now your certificate is added. Now the HTTPS environment is working perfectly. So now finally, for testing our project, we're gonna go to bin folder, www folder. I need to remove all of those and add my own code. So I'm gonna remove everything after. So I only have app dot so I say var port equal to 3001 for our non-secure, var port HTTPS equal to 3000, and var fs equal to require fs, var HTTP equal to require HTTP, var HTTPS equal to require HTTPS, and var credential equal to key ifs.read file and sync which file dot slash etc slash my server dot key comma. The key is done, and now I'm gonna add cert ifs dot read file and sync. Oh, by the way, it has to be closed, and I'm gonna use UTF-8 here to read the file certificate equal to read file ifs dot read file and sync. I'm gonna use etc slash my server dot crt and comma UTF-8 format and close up. That I have all my certificates and key here. Var http server equal to http dot create server app comma https server equal to https dot create server credential comma or app and http server dot lesson to my port and https server dot lesson port https. So that one is 3000 and 3001. So I'm gonna save that and rerun npm start. So we have our Express application on port 3000 on HTTPS environment now. If you add HTTPS and / and it should work. We're ready for our next step, which will be configuring Facebook for passport.js. Before we start working on passport.js, we need to look at the project. If we see here, our default engine is Jade, which you go to views, there are Jade files. I don't need that. So I'm gonna change that to EJS, and because EJS is similar to HTML, it will be much easier. So I'm gonna delete all those Jade files. Okay, and I'm gonna make a new file, index.ejs, and new file error.ejs, and my user.ejs. So EJS, I'm gonna go to do some HTML, document type, whatever, welcome, and I'm gonna use font awesome. So I'm gonna copy this here. I can use bootstrap. I'm gonna get it from W3 Schools and copy this, paste it here. We're good to go. Now on the EJS side, now I'm gonna make a style as well. If I need some styling too, I can add that. In here on the body side, I'm gonna add a title. I'm gonna write it in EJS format. So I'm gonna write percentage equal to title. That's how you write EJS. So I'm gonna copy everything and put it on users. Save that on homepage. So for index.html, I'm gonna write an h1 tag, welcome to, and I'm gonna make an ahref. I'll keep that /auth/Facebook and write login with Facebook, and I'm gonna write a button here, so it will be a button and class equal to btn large, btn dash primary. On app.js I just changed AGS, so I saved everything. I'm going to my terminal and stop this and npm install AGS first and npm start it. Now if you go back to our Express application and refresh, we are welcome to our blah blah blah. So that's how we do that. So now I'm going to my routes, I'm going to my users. So in here I can add title, welcome to. I'm gonna actually copy this and paste this here. So I'm gonna render that index file, index. So I'm going back to my index file, and actually I will use this title, clean that, paste that, save that. I don't need this here. So refresh, save that, and we need to npm restart, Control C, npm start again, refresh. We have our thing, and now I'm gonna put everything in a div, class equal to container text center and slash div. So everything inside our EJS file, it will go inside, and that's it. I need a br tag here, so it will look like that, and another div for this one as well. And class text center. And refresh. We have our how it should look, and that's I think now we are ready to move on. I'm gonna do one more thing here in our button. We need a square button for Facebook. I'm gonna go to Font Awesome and search for Facebook, and I like this square, and copy that and paste that here, and that's just a character. So if you refresh here, you will see a Facebook button here. So now I'm ready for the next stage to make a Facebook application, so I can use their data. So first I'm gonna close all the files and make sure I'm on my app.js. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the Facebook page, which is developers.facebook.com. You can go and create your new application and name the application my login app, create, and it will create me an app. I'm gonna set up it. In here I'm gonna use web, localhost, by the way, https://localhost 3000. Save it and continue. Now go to your settings and valid callback URL. I'm gonna use https localhost 3000/auth/facebook/callback. I'm gonna make this link later, and then I'm gonna go to setting, basic setting. Oh, I have to save this basic setting. On the setting, in here I need to add something called privacy. If I go live, it says it needs privacy. So I have a website for free privacy policy. You can use your own. I'm gonna create a web application next. Whatever. Now I want to create a free policy. Click next. Right click and copy and paste it here and save it. We're good to go. On our basic setting, we need later our app ID and app secret that we will create code for that. Now I'm going back to my project and I'm going to install few stuff on my terminal first. So I'm gonna Control C this and npm install express passport and passport-Facebook. I'm gonna go to my routes folder. I'm gonna make a new file called auth.js that I will add this following code. So first I'm gonna use express for express equal to require express. Passport equal to require Facebook. I can use the scope. I am collecting emails. You can search more documentation. What do you want to collect from the Facebook router? Route Facebook/callback. This is when the Facebook calls back to our app.get passport.authenticate again Facebook, comma. If it's success redirect should be /users. Go to users link. If it's failed, go to error and module.exports equal to router. So this is our auth. I'm gonna format it again so you can see it better. That's the code for authentication. And now I'm gonna go to my app.js. I need to make few changes here. The first thing I'm gonna do is add that authentication. So in here I'm gonna add a new variable var auth equal to require /routes /auth. So that auth will be that one. And now I'm gonna make a new path for app.use. I'm gonna make /auth to be used as auth. So in here, after our express, we can add this line of code. So when /auth and inside auth /auth/Facebook /auth/Facebook/callback. That's like the full phrase. It's getting the first part from here and then the second part from there. Now we are going to add our sessions for Facebook. So sessions are very required where when you log in, if there is no session, so the browser cannot track if the user is logged in or not. So when you refresh, everything will be gone, so that's a problem. So for that reason we are going to add our express sessions. So I'm gonna make a variable before app.express. I'm gonna make a var session equal to require express-session, and I'm going back to my VS terminal and I'm going to npm install express session. So now I'm gonna add a few things here for our sessions. So after the app.use, I can add it here, by the way. So I'm gonna add a code app.use session, and our secret should be, let's say, cats are cool, or whatever you want. So now for the next step, I'm gonna create a new configuration file for our passport.js. So I'm gonna make a new folder called config, and I'm gonna make a new file inside it, passport.js. So I'm gonna go back to app.js. I'm gonna require that file here. So for that reason, I'm gonna go and write after the app, make sure it's after here. Then I'm gonna use require /config/passport and pass me app, because we need our app there to be used. So I'm passing that to our config passport.js, and inside passport.js, actually this is all the code goes. So I'm gonna make it a little larger. So now write down var passport equal to require passport, and comma, we can also add passport Facebook strategy equal to require passport Facebook dot strategy, and then module dot exports equal to function app, and that I passed before. So I'm gonna use something called initialize passport dot initialize, and app.use passport dot sessions, and then this is very important. We need once the user is correct, it should serialize it. So passport dot serialize user function the user, and when it's done or whatever, start the function, and when it's done, it's gonna call back null the user. And also deserial for logging out, passport the deserialize user function user done, and I'm gonna start passing null and user, and that's it. So those two functions are very important. Make sure the spelling and everything is correct. Passport.use. In here I'm gonna use our Facebook strategy, new Facebook strategy, and it's gonna start, and it's inside here is gonna take some variable client ID. What profile fields do you need? I need, for example, ID, the email address, display name, and photos, comma, passport, request callback is true. So in here, once that's done, we add comma. We're gonna function make a request access token, refresh token, profile, and done. And var user equal to empty object, user dot image equal to profile dot JSON, because Facebook has its own JSON format, so you should look at that documentation if you need more information. I gonna data.url. That's how you get the URL for the image. User.displayName equal to profile.displayName, and I'm gonna need user.facebook equal to empty, user.facebook.id equal to profile.id, user.facebook.token equal to access token, and when it's done, null user, pass that. So that's how you do this part. So we're now ready for our passport application. It should look the same. Pause the video if you need to see the code. In here, because we need client ID and client secret and callback URL. We know the callback URL is HTTPS localhost 3000 / auth / Facebook / callback. That's what we created there on the Facebook page. This is the client secret and this is the ID. So we are going back to our Facebook app. On setting, basic setting, we're copying app ID and we are going to paste it. And our client secret, we need to show that. So I'm gonna copy this and paste that. That's our secret and that's our ID, and save that. And now we need to make our application live and choose the category whatever you want and confirm it, and that's it. Now we need to make our routes. So on the routes, I'm going to my index.html, check if this is correct. Users, on the user side, I need to change few stuff later. And on our authentication, this is the authentication process. So now we just need to focus on our view users. First of all, I'm gonna make remove the title. I don't need a title. I'm gonna make an image source which will be empty, and that's it. And h1 tag, and I'm gonna make so in here these two are created on user.ags. Now before that, I'm going to route and user. In here I'm not gonna send anything. So first it should check like if the user is signed in or not. So I'm gonna do an if function here, request dot user. If it's logged in, response dot redirect. Okay, if it's not logged in, there is no user, response dot redirect. Go back to home page, and if not, then go to the next one, which I'm copying this part of code and pasting it here. I will remove all the code. In here we don't need the next one, by the way. Remove the next part. And in here, because it had next, so I can go next, and then in here response.render the user file. Make sure this is user, it doesn't have s, so user, comma. I'm gonna make an object. So in here I'm gonna make user, inside that another object, name, color request dot user dot display name, whatever you created in that passport.js file, image, request.user.image. So module.export and save that, and save all the files Let's test our app. Now we are going to our terminal, npm start, and let's go to our homepage. Yeah, click that. Gonna take me to my login app. Continue, and I'm signed in, by the way. Let's check what's wrong. Okay, it's not showing me the username and password. So on user.js, I need actually to render something, so there is no image source or anything. So in here, because I created something called user, and inside has name and inside has image, so for that reason I'm gonna start and end an EJS format, double thing, and equal to user.image, and in here I'm also going to do the EJS formatting equal to user.name, so it will render the user name and image here. So I saved it, and I will npm restart or refresh here. It will show me the logged in thing. And if you need also to log out, you can go to passport.js, and in here, let's find logout. Yeah, if we need that, we'll make a new route called logged out and copy that and go to our VS Code, and on our app.js we can add this, app.get/logout, so it will log out. So then on our index.html or whatever, we can also, or the user, in here we can add a new ahref equal to logout and logout. Let's put a br tag after that. So now let's go to our terminal and npm start again, stop it and start it, and when we go back we will see log into Facebook and log out, log into Facebook and log out. That's how you make a localhost HTTPS environment for Facebook login. Thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe.